After losing Mailton in the most dramatic of circumstances on deadline day in the last episode, we've got the small matter of a reunion in the Champions League knockout round. This is going to be huge. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 140 of this FM22 One Club story from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. We're back with the Tudor Times today after what might be the most season-defining moment we could have possibly had. I've had a jumping out your seat, punch in the air moment, but this is where it could all go wrong. It's a season-defining week of we faced Liverpool in the Premier League and just about kept ourselves in the hunt. But now we've got PSG in a Champions League first knockout round and Watford in the Carabao Cup final. Bottom of the Premier League, a game we're massive favourites in and a chance at a first trophy in 2 years. Don't forget, we've only won 4 trophies with this club and none of the big ones. So to be able to win a Carabao Cup is still a very big deal for Hemel Hempstead Town. We need to keep swelling that trophy cabinet. Can we do it today? We'll find out in a moment. If you're looking forward to it though and you are enjoying the series, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. You may have noticed in recent days that our Helsingborg save has taken a slight reroute across Scandinavia into Denmark with Viborg. Please do check that out in the eye above if you haven't already. There's also links to the top 3 playlists and our returning experiment series with other key links and playlists up in the eye above and description below. Finally, you can support the show as a channel member by clicking the join button at the bottom of this video. But let's get cracking with some big news at Hemel Hempstead Town, because until the last 3 days or the last 2 games, it had been an incredibly frustrating month. But we have just had some of the biggest moments of the season. Let me show you what I mean. If we go and have a look at the schedule, you were with me for a 1-1 draw against Everton. That was the second of a 5-game winless run. We followed it up with an abysmal performance at home to Leeds. They beat us 2-0 and it probably could have been more, but fortunately we were able to hold on for that. We also struggled to a draw in the FA Cup 4th round as Alberto Vaz made a lightning start to his time at the club after his deadline day move. He got the goal in the 3rd minute, but it was pegged back, and to be honest, we didn't really deserve a draw from that game. The same can't be said against Chelsea, because we were brilliant in this one. However, we were pegged back as Carlos Torres' goal was cancelled out early in the second half, but really good signs, a much better performance, and it was followed by some better results. A 3-0 win at home to Brentford, regulation in the FA Cup. But look at the scorer, the other deadline day addition, Collins and Joe with a hat-trick. He's just starting to fill the boots of Mailton now, and it's going to be a big chance to prove it today against the very man he's replacing. And in a Liverpool game, what can I say about this? We were 2-0 down at half-time. We had conceded 21 shots, 14 on target, and how it was only 2, I don't know. Largely due to John Moore, I'd imagine. But the second half, every chance we had went in. We dropped from our diamond to a 4-1-3-2, played the 3 across the middle. Collins and Joe started the comeback. He's had a really good start at the club. German Moreira, who had had a shocking game, then equalised with 10 to go. And then what a time off the bench for Tyrese Ricketts to end his goal drought. An 82nd minute winner, a fabulous counter-attack. And somehow we won the game against all odds. We've talked about being FM'd a few times this season. Well, if you look at the stats above my head now, it was very much the opposite here. We were battered, particularly in that first half, but somehow we managed to get the result. Really pleased with the lads, really pleased with how they did it. And it does give us another option for the big games now. Because Collins and Joe is natural in centre midfield as well, we can drop to that 4-1-3-2, and it is a bit more effective in those bigger games. So something you might see against PSG tonight if it doesn't work out early doors. But a massive month coming up, and although we're 7 points off the top of the Premier League table, almost a complete reverse of last year where we were 7 points clear, I want to say I think we've got a better chance of winning the title this year. And I know that sounds weird when we're in 4th place and the teams below us have got a game in hand. Last season, we always had that cloud over our head. The last 3 games were against the top 6 sides, and we knew that we were going to struggle to get results in them, particularly as we'd stop scoring goals. Here, our deficits have been clear. We've had a lot of players going on holiday after AFCON duty, after injuries, not having our best team available, and defensively we've been a little bit suspect this month. However, if you go past the Arsenal and PSG games in the middle of March, and I know if we do get through in the Champions League, we'll have some other big games there, but look at the league run in the last 8 games. The only team that finished in the top 7 last year is Southampton. They're having a poor year this year. They're down in 10th, and we've got them at home. Aside from that, we don't play any of last season's top 7. And you could argue, unlike last year, where we were clear but had an awful run in with teams chasing us, this year we're going to be doing the chasing without any pressure. Hopefully we'll already have a trophy from the Carabao Cup final. And we've got teams that we should be beating if we want to win the league. But for now, we've got the toughest game arguably remaining this season. It's PSG at home, armed with Mailton. It's going to be a reunion for the ages because Collins and Joe is threatening to upstage him, and I'd love it if he could do it today. Kevin Keegan in the building. Let's move into the fixtures. It is Hemel Hempstead Town versus PSG. We've got Dortmund v Rangers in the other game. Bayern Munich winning in their tie. Could it be a Mailton reunion followed by a Ricker reunion? Let's wait and see. I'm getting far too excited. The opposition instructions on, of course, we've got to close down Mailton. And at the other end of the age spectrum, they've got the small matter of Erling Haaland in front of him. In terms of injuries and fatigue, we've got problems. We played at the weekend. We had to go strong against Liverpool. Zaruk is a little bit tired. Jura is not fit enough to play. So we are short at centre-half. I've had to play one, rest the other, and just hope for the best. And then at the weekend, we'll drop out Zaruk and play Jura and Hannafan. That's the plan. Tyrese Ricketts back in after ending his goal drought. De Vita starts at the back, but that's because Ndrek is struggling. He might come back in for the League Cup final. But our 11 in full is John Moore in goal. Chauvin and Delgado the fullbacks with Zaruk and Hannafan as centre-half. De Vita, Vass, a rare start, what a moment for it. Moreira and Collins and Joe, the midfield diamond. Torres and Ricketts reunited up front, and we need them to be in form. Hemel Hempstead Town v PSG. We'll start with the diamond and work back if we need to. But this is a massive game. We've not been beyond this stage in this competition, and we want to win it by the end of the save, so we've got to start making progress. And here are the sides. Haaland and Mailton, the front two. Federico Blanco, someone we've tried to sign in the PSG midfield as well. And Alphonso Davies, an experienced man at left back. They've also got one of the best keepers in the world who we've looked at before. And Keelan Wynn, the star English striker, only a substitute here, despite being England's number 9. Let's get into the first half though. We know our side is strong. We want the lads to pick up where they finished that second half against Liverpool. And we really want to get a strong start. Mailton, of course, the one to watch. Please be nice to us today. We are back 30 seconds in. Chauvin has a throw just inside the PSG half. Finds Carlos Torres. Big delivery to Ricketts. Over the bar. I thought he was going to turn on the style now. He needs a big spell because we could really do with keeping him. But he's another one who has signed a new contract and has now started to find form. So there are positives on that front. As Moreira on the left to Delgado. Back to De Vita. It's been a really good start. Ball to the back post. Look who's done it. Collins and Joe. Replaces Mailton for a third of the price. And he is already becoming just as good. If this kid can develop even a little bit, it's going to be one of the best exchange deals we've ever done. Selling a star for 163 million and replacing him for 54 with a player that is playing just as well on the pitch. As Vaz goes down the right to Chauvin. This has been a lightning start from Hemel. Really carried on how the second half went against Liverpool. As German Moreira heads over, are we going to regret the missed chances? 1-0 up, but really it could have been more. And the first attack from PSG follows as they're down on the right hand side with Mailton. Ball into the back post across the box. Oh dear. The flag goes up to save us, but it was not good defending in the 6-yard box. Well worked and Haaland puts it over. But thankfully the offside flag was there anyway. As PSG playing out from the back again. We knew it was going to be a matter of time before they grew into this game. And here they're doing just that. The long ball to Haaland, just too heavy. And Moore's able to sweep up. Right on the edge of his box, good starting position. And he can play out from the back to Hannafan. Over to the right-hand side to Chauvin. He plays down the right-hand side with a long ball to Collins and Joe. As the police helicopter's on the scene. Through ball to Tyrese Ricketts. He turns provider Collins and Joe. Ricketts' goal drought is well and truly over. And Mailton, he must be sitting thinking, what on earth have I done? I've gone for 3 times the money and this kid is just as good as me. Half an hour gone, 2-0 up. And if you can't tell, I can't get the smile off my face. But remember what happened last time we played PSG? Anyone remember that Super Cup final about 18 months ago? Mailton starred as we went 3-0 up and still lost it 4-3. We've got to be careful here. This tie is by no means over, as Vas gets the ball in the middle to De Vita. Finds Moreira. Back to De Vita again. PSG cannot get out. Torres right side of the box. 3 in the middle. Gets it across. It's blocked. Second time to Moreira. I'm in dreamland. 33 minutes gone. This is the best first half performance I have ever seen from this club. We've been here, nearly 16 years now. I have never seen a performance at this level. As Hanifan gets the ball back to John Moore. Just don't throw it away like against PSG last time. Zaruk into De Vita. Finds Alberto Vas. What a quiet, understated signing he's been as well. Ricketts shot saved. It's behind for a corner. He's almost gone under the radar. He's been brilliant in the middle of that diamond. As it's a corner kick to be taken by Moreira. If it gets any better, I might start jumping off my seat. Alberto Vas, right side of the box. Cuts it back to Chauvin. Cross towards Moreira. Haaland back in his own box clearing. They're clinging on for dear life. We've got to take advantage. Get a 4th and 5th. Put this tie beyond doubt. Because PSG have not been at their best. But we've been absolutely scintillating. Half time, 3-0 Hemel. Or is it? Because they're back in stoppage time. Mailton left hand side. Finds Davis and Chen. Forced backwards but finds Blanco. They've got so much quality. We know they can score goals. As Porro gets to the byline. Crosses in. Jose's up. Heads wide. And we survive it. It will be 3-0 at the break, but PSG will go all out second half. We've got to be careful. Let's get through the dressing room. We're going to tell the lads to keep it up. We're really happy with the performance. And we'll give it 5 more. If PSG start to show attacking intent, I'll drop Collins and Joe into a midfield 3. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half. We've seen a substitution, an attacker on for a midfielder, but no real change in the pattern of play as Vas finds Zaruk and Moreira in towards Carlos Torres. VAR's going to check it. I think he was on. I think he nicked him behind there. It was just a really clever blindside run. And that might be 4. Carlos Torres, goal awarded. This is the moment we've been waiting for. 16 years to produce a performance like this. Now don't bottle it. Don't give them a route back in. Pedro Porro to the byline. Jose at the back post. Good save from Moore. First warning sign at the back. I think it's their first shot on target. Moreira's knackered, Chauvin's knackered, but look, we can rotate for the League Cup final if we get a chance in the Champions League. And Joe flicks down for Ricketts, to Torres, to Ricketts, played on by the right back, chips it wide. Tried to be too clever with the finish. Just needed to do what he did with the goal and place it in the corner. I want to see what tactic they're playing at the moment. They've gone still 4-2-3-1. Mailton, ironically the worst player bar their left back, which is brilliant. And with 15 to go, I'm going to make changes. What on earth do we do? I think the first thing has to be to freshen up the midfield. So Collins and Joe, what a game he's had, will be replaced by Coronel. The Mattis will come on for Alberto Vas, who's been really solid too. And then I think I'm going to bring on Andreka for maybe German Moreira. No, I'm going to do De Vita. Moreira stays on. I know he won't be able to play in the cup final, but I'm going to drop to the 4-1-3-2. I'm going to put Stamatis in the middle as I did last time. And I'm going to stick with Coronel and Moreira there. Not bad subs to bring on. We look really, really good. This is a very big 10 minutes. And it seems weird at 4-0, but we've seen what PSG can do in the past. As Coronel plays out to Chauvin. Look at the contrast of this. If we get a 5th, it will be the best performance ever from Hemel Hempstead Town. As Stamatis finds Torres. Cuts inside to Coronel. Ricketts is with him. Plays it back to Stamatis. Through ball to Ricketts. Great chance, just a little wide. Cuts back to Stamatis. 5-0 Hemel Hempstead Town. Against a star-studded PSG who nicked our best player in January. I have never felt satisfaction like this in this save. Absolutely sublime. Now keep it tight at the back. Moreira heads away the long throw to Nusa. Great chance to shoot. Good block. Bodies on the line. They're still battling hard as Alberto down the right to Pedro Porro. Beats his man. Releases Kuljak. There's 3 in the middle. Good save, but it's back to Haaland. And there is the start of a lifeline. 1 is probably alright, but we don't want more than that. It's 5-1. We've been ruthless. We've been brilliant on the counter. But now at the back we're getting exposed a bit. Chauvin heads away the corner to Ricketts. The counter's on because PSG had committed. Plays it short to Moreira. Got 3 up with him. Through ball to Coronel making the late run. Round the keeper, he's forced wide. And it's blocked behind for a corner. Oh, what a performance. What a result. Now just hang on for it. The ball's been given away in midfield. We've played the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Will the referee please just blow up as Zarouk atones for his mistake. Really good work at the back. Plays it into midfield and Coronel. Now our only question is, in 4 days, how many of these are going to be fit for a cup final against Watford? Hopefully some of the reserves can beat them as the long ball towards Ricketts is intercepted. Where's the whistle? Referee, what are you doing? Wynn works down the right. If they score from this, I'll be so annoyed. He's forced backwards to Porro. We're nearly a minute over. There's been no stoppages in the 3 minutes. So what on earth is going on? Delgado clears to Ricketts. Now I don't want it blown. Out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. It's got to be over. We've played 4.25 minutes. We're nearly a minute and a half over. As Tyrese Ricketts finds Delgado. Ricketts again. It could get better yet. Hang on a minute. Is that a penalty? No. Final whistle goes. It's a World Times challenge. The best performance in our 16 years. Hemel Hempstead Town 5, PSG 1. How big was that Liverpool result? I said it was season defining. We picked up where that second half left off. And we produced the best performance in my time in charge. 4 days until a cup final against Watford. But I'm not sure it's going to get any better than that. Well, with the chance of let's all laugh at Mailton still ringing in our ears, we are back with a League Cup final to focus on, and for the first time, I might have to play a weakened side in a cup final. A lot of the key players, defensively at least, looking alright, but we've got a big game in the FA Cup in 3 days' time, and then in a Premier League in 6 days, both away from home. Do we win the League Cup while we've got the opportunity, and then maybe give up on the FA Cup this year? I don't know. It's going to depend on who's fit. But there's 90,000 at Wembley. Whoever's out there, you've got to be motivated. This is what we've built a squad for. And actually, bar Zarouk, everyone's fit. And then bar De Vitterin and Joe, everyone's got an okay match load. So maybe we go strong for the cup final and then weaker in the FA Cup. I think that has to be the motive. We're going to do what we said in defence, bring in Jura for Zarouk. That will be our back four for today. In midfield, I'm going to make the changes we'd planned. So Andreka will come in a holding role. I'm going to bring Stamatis back, I think, in centre midfield. I'm going to leave Joe up there, but Martin will be on the bench. We're also going to add Peebles and Harrison. In fact, we'll add Arlan instead. I think he's better than Peebles. That is the squad we've gone for. Not many changes at all. Less than I thought I was going to have to make. And Miguel Coronel sits out despite being a top-class player. So there is strength in depth here. It means the changes are Andreka, Stamatis and Jura in. Zarouk, De Vitter and Vass out. But what a squad we've got for the League Cup final. We host bottom side Watford. We should be winning. Let's see if we can add our 5th trophy at the top level of English football. 3 changes for us yet again. 4 changes for Watford. They lost Keelan Wynn last year to PSG, which has really harmed them. Phil Shearer is back, who scored a nice own goal against us last time. But they're an okay side. Look, they've had a poor year, but they're a Premier League team. And on one day at Wembley, anything can happen. So let's ask the lads to pick up where they left off. 2 brilliant performances in the week so far. Please, make it 3. Bring us a trophy and make this a successful season. Into the first half we go. Our cup finals are traditionally awful. Let's see if this one is any different. As we're back in the 9th minute with Borisov taking a throw on the right for Watford. Gives away possession to Delgado. And he plays inside to Hannafan. The skipper, having a strong start here, finds Andreka. And more to Jura, again patient in possession, but already more highlights than we've seen in some of our cup finals as we get the ball on the right hand side to Jura again. Out to Stamatis, but Watford pressing high. How long can they keep it up for? As then Joe finds Moreira. Ricketts makes the run. He's back in scoring form. Oh, almost continues it there. Hits the outside of the post with a shot and it stays goalless. 2 big chances in 15 minutes. But neither of them hit the target as Moreira again to Ricketts. Crosses for Torres. He's offside now. It's all Hemel Hempstead. We're on the front foot. We've got to get the goal soon. Then I feel it'll be really open as Hannafan gets the ball at the back. Can play left to Delgado, who again, they're not really getting pressed the fullbacks. It's more in central areas they're trying to stop us. Romano heads away that clearance though. And he's got time at the back for Watford. Goes wide to Borisov. Down the line to Kirkic and Borisov again. Are we going to be able to stop the attacks? It's the sort of game where Watford are going to create 2 or 3 chances and we don't want them taking them. Delgado with a good challenge there. Finds Collins and Joe. Up to Torres and Ricketts to Moreira. He's in. He's 1-on-1. It might be his last year for the club, but he almost finishes it in style. Hits the inside of the post. It somehow comes back out. Another big chance goes begging. And Watford somehow clinging on as Moreira puts a corner in. Chauvin heads over. How have we not even had a shot on target yet? So many great chances. The expected goals well past half. But it's 0-0. And that's all Watford will care about. And at half time, remarkably, there's not been a shot on target in this final. But I wouldn't put it in a bracket of some of the other games where we've been really poor and not deserved to be ahead. Here we've hit the post twice. We've had 3 or 4 good chances. So we're going to push on a little bit more positively. But it's a Watford free kick early in the half to the back post. Headers free and just over the crossbar. Watford take their turn to glance the woodwork. And we're back as they've got a goal kick in their own half again, of course. Here's Romano, 10 minutes into the second half. Shearer gives the ball away to Moreira and we've got 4 up from the high press. And Joe's shot is blocked though. We're just not creating the clear-cut ones. We're getting in behind, but we've not had that one where you think we're going to score here. As Torres right side of the box. Chance to go backwards to Chauvin. He can cross, but there's 4 or 5 in there. Stamatis picks it up to Joe to Moreira. Finally, the breakthrough. Finally, the one that hits the target. And it's German Moreira, the next big man probably to leave the club. But he might have done so, having won us another trophy. 1-0 up, he's absolutely knackered as well. But we're looking good. And Watford have carried no real threat. So with a quarter of the game to go, we'll see out this highlight. Then we will bring on Coronel for Moreira as he finds Stamatis in the middle to Torres. Wide to Chauvin. A second goal would really build the confidence here as Torres on the right hand side to Chauvin, to Joe, to Ricketts. Great finish, great goal. The League Cup is coming back to Hemel Hempstead. Moreira will be replaced by Miguel Coronel. Delgado will be replaced by, I think, Danilo Jose. I might even do it with Chauvin on the other side. But no, Delgado for now. 2 changes made. Can we make the rest? Do we still get 5 changes later on in the competition? I'm going to take off Joe. He'll be replaced by Alberto Vass, who's done really well. Torres will be replaced by Azoma. We do have 5 subs. And then the other one, I'm not really sure what to do with yet. I think I'll take Ndreka off. De Vita, I want to rest him a little bit. So Arlan is going to come on in a holding role. That means we drop to our 4-1-3-2 again. Who goes box to box? Stamatis does. Vass centre midfielder on attack. Coronel, the advanced playmaker. We've got 13 minutes plus stoppage time to go. We've scored our only 2 shots on target, but we've dominated the game. And just to think, going all the way back to League 2, this save changed. We were battling relegation every year in League 2. And then Watford released and ruined Ricky J. Jones. We nicked him on a free. And this is what's happened since. We're now battering them in cup finals with Alberto Vass. The signing that's gone under the radar because of Collins and Joe's form. But what a player he is. The director of football has pulled off a big one there. And it was his last one for the club as well before replacing him. So well done to him. Alberto Vass stars. And he gets his deserved goal in a cup final. As Jura heads away to Chauvin. Can we put real gloss on this? Azoma the sub to Chauvin. To Stamatis. Watford have collapsed defensively. And this could be any score we want now. 3-0, 5 minutes to go. And it's a brilliant performance as Arlan back to John Moore in goal and Hanifan in defence under no pressure. Plays up to Vass on the right hand side. Gets it in behind to Azoma. Another new signing this year. Not had the best first year. Goes back to Vass. It's chipped over to Ricketts. And that's got to be a penalty. He went to attack it. Borisov just shoved him in the back. Got to be given. He's checking the penalty review. And it is awarded. It will be taken by number 7, Miguel Coronel. Missed the last big one he took on camera. This time, puts it in the corner easily. 4-0, Miguel Coronel scores. The perfect episode. The best one we've had in this whole series. No doubt about it. And there is the final whistle. Hemel Hempstead Town, for the second time, lift the Carabao Cup. The 5th trophy we've won at this level. 2 League Cups, 2 FA Cups, 1 Europa League. And what a performance to do it. To bounce back in the way we did the second half against Liverpool, the top of the league side. To beat PSG in the manner we did after they stole our best player. And then to convincingly turn up and actually play well in a cup final. I'm so proud. Probably my best week at Hemel Hempstead, 16 years in, and we've got a real chance now. Trophy on the board, a great performance. Now let's go and see when we're next going to be back. Well, I'm not quite sure how we're going to top that, hopefully by getting through in the FA Cup, but the next episode I'm going to show you is actually not far away at all. I mentioned the easier or the more friendly running on paper, but the last big game is Arsenal at home, and after that we've got the return against PSG. Will that late goal make a difference? Will they go all out attack? And will they do what they did to us in the Super Cup final? So that will be the very next episode on the channel. Let's have a look at where Arsenal are. They are level on points with us as a Man City. Look at the top of the table. Liverpool 10 points clear. Tottenham 3 points ahead of us as a United. With us, City and Arsenal level on 53. 5 teams between 2nd and 6th, separated by 3 points. It's surely going to go down to the wire. But if you did enjoy this episode, 2 of the best performances we've produced in a long time, then please do chuck a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you think of the 2 new superstars who are making such an impact at the club. Subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on to stay up to date with daily FM22 videos. Of course, our Helsingborg save has taken a diversion. You can find that up in the eye above, as well as the top 3 playlist, the return of experiments, and much more. But above my head now is our new rebuilding stint. A massive thank you for watching as always, and I'll be back in a couple of days' time to see if we can back up our best ever performances.